Happy new moon eclipse in Aries, everyone. I've already tried to record this once. I've got so many different things that I want to say to you. I'm going to break it down in other videos this week. The title of the video, A Whole New World. This is very new, beautiful energy. We might be feeling new. We might be feeling fresh and vibrant. We might be exhausted. We might be astral traveling, having our awakening, of all these different things going on in our lives. And I want us to really start stepping into our full expression of self with this energy. The channeled message that I got right before recording was you must become. And we're going to break down the why. We're going to talk about the astrology of this new moon eclipse. We're really going to break it down in hopefully bite-sized accessible chunks so we can navigate this energy, we can utilize this energy and really focus on our purpose. And the themes for this week is balance and purpose. What do you mean by that, Sarah? It's finding balance between, we talked about this in the channeled message the other day of, am I listening to channel message and then channel message? And then am I getting, an all signs reading? And then am I doing this? Am I doing this? Or am I, pulling my own cards, really looking for my own validation with my own guides, spending time in my joy and my bliss, and then just going to, my favorite YouTuber, my favorite channeler, my favorite tarot reader to get the validation for that message? Am I booking sessions to be like, hey, can you really just help me make sure that I'm in alignment, instead of like, I don't know I want us to really be taking our power back right now. I really want us to be calling our power back and knowing that we are the most powerful expressions. We are God having a human experience in human form, but there's a lot of confusion going on. And so I think for this video, my intention is to offer the most accessible information for this new moon eclipse in Aries at 8 degrees, for the highest and greatest good of all involved and invested, with no harm coming to any, no judgments. I really want to empower you with tools as to how to navigate this week. I have hours and hours and hours of videos. I'm going to put some videos below that I think could be really helpful, some resources for you. My intuitive listening lecture, my integrity in your content, and stay the course, where we can get stuck in our awakening. So I want those to be some videos, some other things that you can really deep dive into. I know after what I just said, but if you are keen for more resources, I have those resources available for you. So let's just break it down step by step. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Sarah. I'm a channeler and an astrologer. I've recorded this a few times, so I don't know if I've asked you this already, but I made a new grid behind me, and I don't know if you can see it. It looks light from my perspective, but please let me know if you can't see it and I can make another one. I wanted one that was a little bit smaller. So I have the general astrological wheel behind me, starts in Aries and goes all the way around over to Pisces. So as a channeler and an astrologer, today I'm going to be channeling through the lens, we speak in lenses around here, of this new moon eclipse in Aries. When I'm talking to you, my guides show me pictures and images over here. I usually have a galactic screen and then a past life stream going on at all times. And so when I'm talking to you, if I stare off into the TISM space, I'm just getting a message, and I don't want to, it's a lot of tabs open. So I'm trying my best. It's Aries season. I'm super activated. We're all super activated. We're all being asked to become the most authentic version of ourselves. And the reason that I'm putting the intuitive listening lecture down there and the integrity in your content is because as we become the most authentic version of ourselves, the most evolved version of ourselves, a lot of people in this community are starting businesses, are stepping into tarot reading, are stepping into holding space for others, are stepping into a different niche or speaking up in a different way. And one of the most important phrases that we have a growth mindset around here. I come from corporate and leadership and training teams, so that's why we speak in I statements. One of the most important phrases I would love for all of us to get used to saying is, I don't know the answer to that question. Let's find out together. That is one of the most important things. The integrity in your content is one of the most important things that I want all of us, as we're stepping into this realm, to be able to say. When you're first going from I'm reading my own charts to I'm reading charts for others, you're like, I'm going to butcher this. I don't know if I'm going to say it the right way. I don't know if, the channels are going to come through the right way. I don't know what's going to happen. To be able to say, I don't know, just means that you haven't been interfacing with that information yet. The limitlessness of information that we have in our little telephones is literally limitless. So if you don't know something, it just means that you haven't been faced with that information. That information exists. One of the most important things I would also love for everyone, whether they be, clients that are asking for a chart reading or chart readers that are connecting with new clients, to be able to say, hey, time out, this doesn't feel great for me. I don't really vibe with this. That's why I do free consultations. So you get a moment, I get a moment to meet, we get to chit chat, and I might not be for you. You get to decide. It's free. It's completely free. That's it. I've had people that we book sessions in that moment. I've had people that take some time after the consultations to book the session. I've had people that do not book consultations. I've had people that do not book services, and then I've had people that do not book services, and then they send a gratuity for the consultation itself. That's your chance. That's why we do trial shifts. If you're starting a new job, if you're going into any industry, have a trial shift. Go into the job. This is for anyone, for my business owners, for my leaders, for my entrepreneurs, for people that are in 3D jobs, for people that are in service. I've done this for years. This is way before my awakening. Do a trial shift at any job that you're thinking about hiring someone or going into, and come in for a few hours at rush time and just see if you vibe, see if you like the environment, see if you like the people, if you jive with them, all different things. It's an opportunity without commitment for the employer and the employee to say, this is for me or this is not for me. So that was a little bit of a tangent, but I think that it's important for us to really hold that integrity instead of sitting there and being like, and getting to know your intuition to say, like, is this me just needing to take a moment and a pause before I say something and just say, hey, let me just channel that for a minute? Or let me rephrase, you will know. You will know if you can hold space for that person. You will know if you cannot hold space for that person. You will know if you just haven't been put in front of the answer, or if you just need a minute to calm those little butterflies and be like, oh my God, I'm channeling and I'm doing a great job. You will know. You will know. So as we speak up, step into this new version of yourself that you are. I'm going to tell one more little story, and I timestamp this, so if you don't have to sit with me for my stories. But I was, getting ready to do a little chat with ChatGPT the other day, where I was like, oh, let's find out what are the habits of my future self. She's, traveling, she has multiple homes, she has all these things. She makes art, she sells her art, she does all that stuff, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I wonder what Chat has to say about her habits. And I just put in, and I was sitting down, and I just stopped. And I was like, she probably makes art. She probably is rolling around in art right now on a canvas. She's probably not sitting here asking about her habits. She's probably just doing it. So I closed the computer, went into my studio, and I rolled around on a canvas. And it was amazing. I felt great. It's the reps and sets. So it's very much, I was listening to a podcast yesterday, Chris Williamson and Andrew Schultz, I want to say, where I'll find it and I'll put it below. And he was talking about, the life of an influencer, or the life of a podcaster, or life of a YouTuber, or life of an artist, or life of he even talked about a life of an artist, of a musician, where you see the end and you're like, oh, that would be so cool to be on stage and to be doing all these things, to be doing that. What about strumming the guitar for the rest of your life and getting good at it? What about getting on a canvas that maybe nobody ever sees? What about doing the thing every single day for the rest of your life? and not asking, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? But just looking at that future version of yourself and saying, they're an artist, go make art. They're a musician, go make music. They're a podcaster, go record. They're a YouTuber, go record. This is Aries season, so it's going to kind of punch a little bit in the face, but this is also mastery. This is also mastery. We talk about this in depth in my Awakened Mastery program. I have tons of resources for you. Tons of resources, but let's get into the astrology of it. So let's use, I brought Marvin over for the pause. So let's use Marvin for the pause. Go grab your journal, your coffee or tea. I will give you, and some water. I have some smart water here. We're going to just talk about this new moon eclipse in Aries, and I'm going to give you the times and the dates, talk about the tarot. So I know it's about 10 minutes in, but the sun is conjunct Mercury retrograde. So, I like to talk and hang out with you. So let me give you the times and the dates. So Eastern Standard Time, this is happening on the 29th of March at 6:48. Melbourne, Australia, this is happening the 29th of March, 21:48. Gold Coast in Australia, 29th of March, 20:48. And Central Standard Time, the 29th of March at 5:48. And so this is the moment that we have this eclipse, the exact moment where like the sun, the moon, conjunct, then we have the eclipse. And it's very, very interesting what's happening here. So like I said, general wheel, what I have up right now, North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. I have Chiron over here, which is going to be a key player in the full moon coming up. So get to know your Chiron placement, get to know where Chiron's transiting in your chart. Very exciting. And then we have Lilith over here, Black Moon Lilith, that's just going into Scorpio energy. I follow the mean North Node, South Node, and the mean Lilith. So if you follow the true, these placements will be a little bit different. I also just kept Pluto up over here. Pluto's chilling in Aquarius. We know Pluto. We love Pluto. We're getting used to Pluto. So let's break down. If I keep this grid, I'm going to have to make smaller planets because, and this is your chair right over here. I'm just going to, it's not in the way. So this new moon eclipse is happening in Aries at 8 degrees, 53 minutes to 59 minutes. What does that mean, Sarah? 8 degrees, 59 minutes is the last degree and minute of 8 degrees. At 60, it goes to 9 degrees. We've been talking about this for a little while, that every single new moon from November, we had a new moon in Scorpio, 9 degrees. Sag, 9 degrees. Cap, 9 degrees. Aquarius, 9 degrees. Pisces, 9 degrees. This is the first one. Yep. This is the first one at 8 degrees. You see how close it was to 9 degrees? How close it was. Full body chill. This is going to feel like your paradigm doesn't really shift very much. It's the razor's edge difference of asking ChatGPT what it is that my future self does and doing the things that your future self does, becoming the version of you. This is a whole new world. This is a whole new energy. This is, I've been listening to hypnosis tapes at night, and one of the ones that I really love, which is I am new, I am fresh. I'm seeing this moment with fresh new eyes. I don't have all of the past history and all the stories of you're here, you're this, you're 38, you shoulda, woulda, coulda, you should be here, people your age are doing this. It doesn't matter, Sarah, it doesn't matter. You are fresh and new and vibrant in this moment, and there is no story. There is no story. So this is a whole new world. I love that. Sorry, sometimes the microphone, oh my God, the microphone's so far away. Sometimes the microphone, when I start to sing, it doesn't take well. So this is in our house, the general wheel of self, the storefront view of my life. What does that mean, Sarah? When somebody walks by your life, what do you want them to see? This is the rising sign. This is your ascendant. What do you want people to see you doing that is your most aligned, authentic you? Not the you of the past. If you want to become the you of the future, then start to do the things that they're doing. But really understanding that eclipse season, and I've recorded this no, I didn't say it in this one. Eclipse season is about our soul purpose. if we don't classically manifest on new moon eclipses, and we don't classically release on full moon eclipses. We kind of feel a little bit wonky during eclipse season. It kind of feels like we're in a puddle. We are. It's amazing. So if our soul has gone off course during eclipse season will smack you back onto the course that you're supposed to be on. If you have been on course, this is when the universe, God, source, spirit, is just going to put you where you're supposed to be. In this sense, hey, Seb, that is painful. That's painful. What's going on? In this sense, I have to cut her nails. And it's, yeah. Do you want to come up? Yeah? You good? Okay, go play. Sweetie, I love you. Yeah. You want to lay in your bed, not underneath it? Are you good? Okay. She's also teething. Must be uncomfortable. Where was I? Okay. So usually we're placed in other situations. Because this is an Aries, I just have a feeling that you're going to bump into people in your normal life, at the grocery store, in your normal roundabout town environment. And it's like the meeting the fat cat, like your elevator speech, where are you dressing the part? Are you acting the part? Are you doing the things? Like, are you at the art store? Are you at the music store? Are you at the cafe pulling cards? Like, are you in your reps and sets? So when the people that are meant to be in your life and bless you see you, are you doing the thing? Like, are you doing the thing? I want you doing the thing. There's also a video that I recorded 2024 to 2027, the changing of the guides. That could be worth some time as well. It can offer some validation as to like what soul group you're in right now, because there's okay, I'll speak from I statements. We speak from I statements around here. I've gone back because, eclipses, we can go back, I think it's every 19 years, and it's at the exact same point that it was in your chart 19 years ago. I've looked back at different eclipses, different nodal returns, different returns in the past, and I've said, ooh, you actively chose not to listen to your calling. You actively chose not to do the thing that you knew you were supposed to do. I know now I did the thing. I went down the cul-de-sac. I did the things that I was supposed to bring me to this moment in time. But as far as the astrology goes, I was not answering my call. So you can actively choose to be like, I know I'm supposed to be up there, but I'm right here, and I'm kind of a little bit too intimidated to be that version of myself. Then work on calming your nervous system. There's no, if anything that I offer to you is anxiety producing, it just means go to a different level. Either go underneath it and work on what's underneath it, or go above it and say, I am surrounded by the healthiest people, the healthiest relationships. Like, really, I want this to be well-rounded and balanced for you. So, but this does say to me, the fact that, to really wrap that up with a bow, to say that this is at 8 degrees to 59 minutes, it's not 9. So this is a new cycle. So you're closing a chapter from November, I think it was like November 1st, we had a new moon in Scorpio, until now. Seriously, we're closing a chapter. Or this could be a reprise, full body chill. What ambitious thing did you do around that time that maybe, because Venus is retrograde and Mercury is retrograde during this eclipse, you'd be like, actually, I'm going to give that another shot. So we'll put down Venus, so during this eclipse, this is the exactitude, when the sun and the moon are exact, I have Venus in Pisces at 28 degrees. We've retrograded into Pisces. I have Mercury retrograde at 0 degrees Aries for the exactitude of the eclipse. Later on this, day, Mercury is going to go into Pisces energy. Hi, honey. Hi. That's my journal. Okay, I'll move that so you can stand there. Okay, let's put that there. Later on, the same day, just after the eclipse, we will have Mercury conjunct with Neptune at 29 degrees. Neptune is going to go into Aries energy on the 30th, I want to say. Yeah, the 30th on Sunday. So that's incredible. That's exciting. I'll do more content on that. But for now, Mercury, Neptune conjunct, Sun, Moon conjunct. I have Mars over here in Cancer energy at 22 degrees. Jupiter, Gemini energy, we're at 15 degrees, smack dab in the center. I have Uranus over here in Taurus energy at 24 degrees, and I have Saturn over here in Pisces energy at 24 degrees. They're sextiling each other. That transit by exactitude is going to be on the 4th of April. I talked about that in my Aries season video, as well as in my all signs reading for Aries season, which is exclusively in my membership groups. So if you really like the all signs readings, I have tons of them available. We go through the entire season, every single date, in my all access membership group, as well as my all signs reading membership group. So the links are below for that if you really enjoy the all signs readings, which I will do one publicly for this date. So this is intense. This is me. Ow, Sybil, honey. Sybil, that is incredibly painful what you're doing down there. You good? You good? Are you okay? I know. Sybil's my cat, just so you know, if you're new around here. Sybil's my kitten. And you are just a jungle gym kid right now, aren't you? She's under her bed. Yeah, she's adorable. I just absolutely love every little bit of her. Pardon me. Do you want to play with Marvin? Yeah? You want to play with Marvin? You good? I don't even know how you did that. Here you go. Here's Marvin. Okay. So she loves the crystal. She knocks them over. She wants to get the little crystal holder underneath. I can't find any of them. They're gone. They're just gone. Okay, so I apologize about that. Oh, wait. I changed my page. I'm so sorry. Here we go. So we have Saturn and Uranus sextiling each other right over here. And what I called in the Aries season video, as well as in the all signs reading, it's like a little sandwich where we have Saturn in Pisces and we have Uranus over here in Taurus, sandwiching all of this intense energy. Like this is ridiculous. Like, look at this. This is, roots, my pocket of the world, safety, cultural family roots. Up here, public life, public image. Over here, relationships, what I do every day. And this is myself and soul purpose over here, the rising sign. This is absurd energy. That's just like ever so slightly an obsession. So if you are overly obsessed right now with what is my soul purpose, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing, it's coming for me. It's happening. I find that in this paradigm of 2025, I live in the United States, for many people, we go to the 3 freedoms: time, location, and financial freedom. Whatever of those freedoms you right now do not yet possess could be the thing that is like not letting you see your purpose. I like to ask, if time or money were no object, what would you be doing today? You had infinite time and infinite money, but everyone else on the planet also had infinite time and infinite money. So you didn't have to save anybody. You didn't have, nobody needed you. Nobody was looking for you. I want to be a surgeon because I really love to be a surgeon. I want to be a tarot card reader because I love reading tarot cards. I want to be an artist because I love making art. I want to travel. I want to do this. Those types of things. That can help really say, and Teal Swan gave a really great perspective that I loved when it came to finding your soul purpose, which is, what would you do for free and what would you do making buckets and buckets of money? What do you do just because you love it, and what would you do every single day making all the money in the possible world? That can help you. There's the ikigai thing, the circles of what am I good at, what does the world need, all of these different things. Solve a problem. If you want to really step into a realm of what am I supposed to do, solve a problem. Literally fill a void, solve a problem. So these are ways to blend a little bit of practicality in what it is that my soul came here to do. A lot of people, your soul purpose is to vibe. Is literally just to vibe. Yeah. Like Sag, Gemini placements. Like if I could pay every single Gemini placement on this planet just to study and talk about what it is that they're studying, I would do it. If I could pay Sag just to like frolic and make art and just show up at parties because they wanted to and just like own homes and to like pay Capricorn or Virgo to like do, like I'd do it. I would do it. I would do it. Everyone has a purpose, but we equate our worth to our net worth. It's the same word. So, we do that. So I would love to take the lens of how away and go to the why statement. Simon Sinek language. Like, what is it? Why do I want to do what it is that I like? Why do I want all of this freedom? Why do I want all of these things? And really sit with yourself and sit with what is it? It's like what I'm hearing, and I do this too, is like, what are you searching for? There's a word that's, oh my God, it's like validation sometimes, or invitation, or the push, where a lot of the times, and it's like the integrity in your content, that could be a really great, we need the way you see things. Like I think I get a little sassy in that video, if it's the video that I'm thinking of, where however you pull cards, we need the way you pull cards. If you're an artist, we need your art. So I had a moment the other day. I was making art and my imposter syndrome, my cat moon was just like, blah, 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 blah. As if you've seen my art, it's very like abstract. I go into a channeled state. I put the paint on my body. I roll around on the canvas. It's literally like I am just like full on feral making the art. And it's incredibly powerful the way that the canvas come out. I'm just like putting all the paint all over the place. And so my brain said to me, my brain was braining, and said, there are classical artists that paint portraits, Sarah, and it looks like they're breathing. This is not art. And then the other side of my brain was like, yeah, but there's also people that like draw one line on a piece of paper and make hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. So like you're good. If you're just loving what you're making and have the intention to make the world a more beautiful, colorful place, then maybe there's a lot of value here. Maybe there's a lot of value here. And what's really fascinating is what I'm hearing is that a lot of you already know. A lot of you already know what it is that you're supposed to be doing right now, but it's possibly that you're the first one in your family line to do it. It's a little bit fringe from the, like, whatever realm. And I'll have a lot more information about what I'm being called to step into later this week and finding balance. Really, balance and purpose is what we're working on right now. Balance and purpose, because we might feel obsessive, absolutely obsessive. I'm just listening to the guides. If you're confused, be confused. If you're confused, be confused. And what I'm finding is that time blocking has been really helpful for me, and saying like, these are all the things that I want to do in a day. These are all the things that my future self does in a day. It does not matter how much of it I do. I did a tarot reading on loving all versions of yourself. That could be worth your time as well. I can't link every single thing below, but it's like loving all versions of yourself, past, present, and future, where we can judge ourselves because in the past, and the parable that I gave is like physical fitness. I used to be so fit and so this, and now I'm not. And I'm not yet the future version of myself, looking fit and amazing. But what is the thing that binds all three of us together, past, present, and future, is exercise and doing something every single day. It doesn't matter how much you're doing. It doesn't matter how little you're doing. It just matters that you get into your body once a day. Once a day. And give yourself a well-rounded container of things that you can do every day. You're not going to be able to lift like you did in the future or in the past, and you're not going to be able to lift like you do in the future. But today, and we're in an eclipse portal, and our human bodies are ascending from a third dimensional matrix to a fifth dimensional matrix. Our bodies are upgrading. We're receiving more light on this planet than we ever have before in human existence. So maybe be gentle with yourself. Yeah. Like for myself, I'll speak from I statements. I get up, I meditate first thing, drink my water, wash my face, feed Sybil, brush my teeth, do all of my things, and then I get into my body. That could be going to the gym. That could be going for a walk in the woods. That could be stretching on my yoga mat. Very different, but I make the conscious. Okay. She knocked a selenite wand over. So if anyone does not have selenite, that could be a possible recommendation to get some selenite in the house. I don't remember where I was. Be gentle with yourself, but have a container. What do I do every day? Whether it's, again, I'll speak from I statements, speaking Italian. My future self speaks fluent Italian. I could sit here and complain over the fact that Italian is not going to fall directly into my brain, or I could spend time 3 times a day speaking Italian. I could stinkeroo at speaking Italian. I could make a conscious effort to speak to my future self. My future self yells at me in Italian sometimes, and I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. She's like, that's the freaking point, girl. Go learn a language. Go conjugate. Go do some things. So being gentle with yourself at this juncture is imperative because of what I had just said. If anything that I'm saying to you is overwhelming right now, go to the highest octave or go to something underneath it. Truly. It was something that David Guillaume said he's been on Lewis Howe's The School of Greatness numerous times, and I love his work. I have to break it up into chunks because I can't listen to the whole thing all at once. But when you start to declare, I make, however much you make a month, if you're doing money manifestations, instantly you will attract, he had said, problems that are of that level, So if you're going from $0 to $100,000 a month, you're going to attract the things that you at $100,000 a month income would have to be tending to. Listening to the guides. We're going to get into it more in the all signs reading, but right now, if you're at a fork in the road, that's usually when I come into your life, which is awesome. I've been repeating similar patterns. I know I want to get off this merry-go-round. I'm the karmic, generational breaker or something like that. I have also a pay what you want video on my website called the Generational Quests. So that could be helpful for you if you just want to look at what your generation came here to do. It's donation based, so please go help yourself. It's on my website. But a lot of people are at I don't want to swear, poop or get off the pot. Either really be doing something, visualizing it, you're being asked to step into a space of action right now, And it could be 60 seconds. It could be 60 seconds a day, but really just feather and wedging and getting into the energy of doing it. When you see my face like this, I'm like, oh, I'm getting a download that I'm not, it might be a little harsh, but it's Aries season and I have to say it. So if your future image intimidates you, A, that's you. B, go a little bit below that. I want to make $100,000 a month. I want to make $10,000 a month. Go below it. Go to an accessible thing. And I talk about that in my Astrological Starter Kit. There's it's available for you on my website. Definitely go check it out. That link is below for that, which is very accessible foundational tools when you start to read your chart. But the weeks between new moons and full moons. So it'll be whatever you're kind of looking to manifest. Now we're not classically manifesting, but when we do new moons, the week between, if your brain is like when you say, I make $100,000 a month, your brain is like, then go underneath that. Say, I make 10G a month. And your brain's like, yeah. Like really get cozy with it. I want you to get comfortable with it. And it's something that David Guillaume, I think it's Guillaume, I want to say Guillaume, says often is, your energy is like, you're the lamp, or no, you're the light bulb. I'm butchering this. And when you want to hold more energy, it's like, say you're like an 80 watt and you want to receive like 200 volts of energy. Can't hold it. So I've spoken of the shift that I've made in my prayers and my conversations with God and my higher self and future self, which is how can I become the vessel to hold this? How can I become show me the path of becoming the vessel to hold this energy? Very, very different than gimme money, because we're not ready for it. If we were, we would have it. So how can I become the vessel? And a lot of the times it's reps and sets. A lot of the times it's posting videos that don't do well. A lot of the times it's getting comfortable with losing a lot of subscribers. A lot of the time it is people not liking you. But you like you, so that doesn't matter. You know what I mean? But a no is a resounding yes. Oh my God, it's a phrase that I've heard. It's like, what if I told you that you were 10 failures away from your first 100,000? You'd probably try to fail a lot more often, wouldn't you? I think that wraps it up. Okay, I gotta sit in a more comfortable way. I chose to wear my artist ensemble today because I just, you know. So this is the major arcana card that represents Aries. BDE, right? BDE. Ram head's here. He's cozy on that throne. It don't matter if it's cold. He's up there. This is structures. This is a flaw energy. This is policies, procedures. This is setting a solid foundation for yourself. So sometimes he can be a little bit intense, like for a lot of people. And I'm going to be talking a lot later on this week. Hopefully I'll remember about some daddy issues and stuff like that. But I have a whole video on like, Papa, can you hear me? Like there's a lot happening right now. So we'll get into that later, because a lot of times when I'm pulling, I appreciate when it comes up like this, because it could mean a benevolent king, a benevolent king. And this is the minor arcana card that represents first decan Aries. So 0 degree Aries to 10 degree Aries. This is a very powerful card. This is a leadership card, but it can also be like, I like this card. My sun and Jupiter are within this decan, so I like it when it comes up, but don't let the world become so small that you're bored with it, that you're like, thinking of the 3 freedoms, time, location, and financial freedom, which is if location freedom is something that you're manifesting, walk down a different street, take a different route home, look at different houses, go to a different neighborhood, go to the next town over, go to a coffee shop you've never been to, go to a few towns over. Nobody knows you there. So you can go to completely different universes. If you want to go to Asia, go to a Thai restaurant. If you want to go to Italy, go to Little Italy, go to the North End, go to Gloucester, go somewhere. Like, you're okay. You can do this. But step outside what it is that you think. But also, I want you looking far off into the distance here. This is a leadership card. Yeah. First decan Aries energy. It's no joke. It is no joke. It's a little cuckoo pants. But just know that we're here together in it. I think I've said that like pretty much every single video. This is no joke energy. It's not meant to be scary or intimidating. It's meant to say, okay, I'm aware of this. Okay, this is something that I want to say, and then I'm going to close with this, and I will talk about it more in other videos, which is, people say, content creators, when you're reps and setting, and then they say, and I've mentioned this in my videos before, that post a video every day for 90 days or until you have the following that you want, and your whole life will change. Just post a video every single day. And so I get exponentially more views on my all signs readings, exponentially more people on those all signs readings. And so it could very well be that I'm like, you could do an all signs reading every single day. You could do an all signs reading every single day. You'll make tons of this and you'll have so many of this and da 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 da. I've mentioned too many times before that astrology is one of the lenses, one of the pillars, one of the tiers of my practice, but it is not my only tier. I want you out in the world doing things. I want to give you these tools to empower you to go out into the world and say, okay, I just spent, 40 minutes at the cafe with Sarah. I had my coffee or tea and my water. I had my snack. I had my brekkie or my lunch. I understand what's coming right now. I understand my imposter syndrome. I have a few tools so later on this week I can watch another video of hers and really understand a little bit of what's going on. But I'm getting the validation that this is going to feel awkward. It's going to feel scary. It's going to feel a little bit like, because you're excited about it. Fear and excitement is the same experience in your body. It's just what your brain has labeled it as. Maybe lean in. I'm getting this sandwich in this area of my chart. This is where this is manifesting in my chart. This is the house that it's manifesting in. And so using these tools to go out into the world and then navigate the energy and then harness the energy and become that version of yourself and do it and dress the part and speak from my statements and change the world and be the you that you want people to see. Be the you that you're proud of. I'd rather at the end of the day have paint all over me and have recorded videos and have given it my all and have tried my best and be like Cody Sanchez language, like wrung out, say, God, I gave you everything I had. I did all that I could with the tools that I had. We don't have the fanciest tools. I don't have the fanciest tools. I have paper on the walls of my house. I'm out of paper. Yeah, this is the last piece of paper right up here. Gotta get more paper. But really, it's not easy to go from 0 to 1. It's the hardest jump. I wrote a whole blog. Is this day one? Is this one day or day one? This is not... It's not always easy, but with someone across the world, across time and space, me, talking to you, saying, I believe in you, we need the way that you see the world, we need your content, we need your artistry, we need your perception, we need your channeling, we need your readings, we need your song, we need you. What more do you need to do it? Really ask yourself that. What more do you need from God to become the version of yourself that you want to be? Now's your time. This is your message. If you're looking for a sign, this is it. We'll have an all signs reading, tons of stuff for you. Please reach out if I can be helpful. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please share this with someone. If you love everything that I'm doing, please let me know. Please ask questions. At all different links below for different ways to support. So I love you. I'll see you soon.